I'm gonna give you the floor. You tell me what are we trying to do? Do you want me to pull up the retreat page as it stands? And
Is it okay for me to share screen and show you
absolutely it
anyway?
is. Please do.
Okay,
Yes,
because
go.
I have stuff set up already. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so this is the embed code for my event. Remember how I said just one quick thing that I want you to do on my website is make sure that that embed code for the event is on the page, this page one, because my event's coming up February 14th for Dinner with a Sex Therapist. So I also want people to just be able to find it right there, the first thing. And that particular code will do this, by the way. I'll show you where it is somewhere else. It's buried, which is why I'm kind of annoyed because it's like, all right, well, I have this Dinner with a Sex Therapist thing, but they have to then go here and then they have access to the code way down here. So that's what it'll look like. This is what it'll look like right here. Literally, we could recopy this. This whole thing could be exactly the same on that page. I just want people to be able to buy tickets from the front page instead of having to deeply dive into that event, since that's like the big thing coming up right now. So
Okay.
is that cool?
Yes, that's cool.
Okay, and I will copy and paste this. It's not very hard once you have the embed code. I'll send you that so you can easily do it.
Thank
Just
you.
some way nice on the first page so that people can access it. Now for
Is
couples retreats,
well, real quick.
huh?
Do you feel comfortable sharing that Eventbrite login with me just in case they have honestly, if they have the ability for me to get an API key, that would make it even cleaner. But even if not, there's I'm sure there's some customizations I can do from that back end. If not, I'm fine to get that code and drop it in. But
I'm
um,
fine to give it to you. I just don't know what it is, so I'd have to like work on that.
no
This is the
problem.
stuff like so like you can be so like first of all, for anyone who listens to this, you can be good at technology, but there's so many details that it's a little exhausting. And
Yeah.
I feel like I've learned over this last few years that I'm actually really great at technology. There's just sometimes I do get tired from some of the details. So it's nice to hire a person like Sophie who digs
Oh,
deeper into some of the details that I just don't have time for. Like I'm a therapist business owner, right? So I
yeah.
have certain high level things that I want to do myself that I can do, but I want to do all of those little nitty gritty techie details like what you
Yeah.
just mentioned. Like I know what you're talking about. Like I don't, I'd have to look that up. I don't know. So what I'm saying is, yes, I will. And
Okay.
let's address that. But like that's just the one thing that's like I think going to be a quick like, all right, done. The
Yeah.
couples retreat thing is here. So this is my couples retreat. And I just saw what you did for Chris and it was beautiful. And
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
it's way better than what I have right here. All I have is a contact form and I want people to be able to just pay right from the site. So here's
Yes.
the thing that I think is important for you to know. I am right now on this app Novato Mate, which is my Go high level account. So right now what I have access to is this. And this is where I can set up anything real easy and simply so that people can like come in, pay, be a part of my server for it.
Hmm.
But right now, I just don't have this easily accessible. So somebody can just say, I pay for this, it's $500. I did reach out to the hotel because you mentioned like if they have a landing page
Hmm.
that can be sent to incorporate that. They don't. The email
Okay.
that I got from him was that they can call the hotel and they can use they can mention the retreat, but they really this is what they want you to do. So
Okay.
they'll be able to buy me, but they are still going to have to reserve with the hotel directly and say, hey, we're with the couples retreat block. Like that's just it's a small hotel in the middle of Lake of the Ozarks, and they just aren't that, which is surprising to me.
Sure.
But you know what? You know, it's funny. Other side note: most business owners are just doing the best with what they know.
Same with hotels. It's absolutely
Hotels,
fine.
all of
Yeah.
it. Like they're a business owner too, and they have some things put together and other things they don't. So
Absolutely.
why I'm over here is I do have images and things like information for you to be able to see like what I have. I have a retreat form that's like an app like what they fill out. So I don't know what you're capable of doing or not doing. So what I plan to do is just send you all this stuff that I have.
Okay.
I have a professional commercial that was created. I have
Oh, nice.
a retreat flyer. Like I have all these different like fun things for how to make it look nice.
Uh-huh.
And then the thing that I saw from Chris's site that I was like, oh, that's smart, and that is probably a good idea. So I'll stop sharing for now
You're
and
fine.
come back. Is that like they knew exactly what to expect, right? There was the
Yeah.
agenda, There were beautiful pictures of the site on the place so people knew what to look for. Like, so I thought that that was all very visually appealing. But the big thing that really like was like, oh, I want Sophie to help me was it was just simple. Like, because people don't want to overthink it. They just want to go in, they get enough information, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's what I'm here to help with.
let me pull up that page then, and what we can do is just literally you can go through and say I like
Yeah.
that, I don't like that, I don't need that, I want that, you know. Um
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
awesome. Let me find it. RCG retreats. Okay. Trying to think. Okay. And let me stop this scroll thing. Okay. Okay. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, firstly, I also kind of made it its own mini site. So it's got a little menu to lead people to directly where they need to go. I love
Mm-hmm.
that you have a video piece. We could certainly make that the hero area,
Yeah,
if you like. Do you like this countdown situation?
I think it's cute. Yeah,
Cute, but want it or don't want it.
I don't know. It's
Okay.
one of those like we can try. Like a lot of things I do in business, it's let's try it and see. You know, like maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. I don't know if I have a big feeling one way or another, but it's not a bad thing. It's interesting.
No worries. All right. Let's keep going. So, of course, just
Okay,
some general information. Um,
but yeah, like that. That right there. It's like here it is, reserve, done. Like I want that simple.
okay. So we'll just keep that throughout where again, I like that the plan is to have where they can do that right from this page.
Mm-hmm.
So but we can have multiple buttons like scattered around. So even though here they
Mm-hmm.
can go directly to pick in the package, I have that secure our spot button all over. It just leads you right back to the same area. So we can move that over to what we do with your page. I have the packages right here. They can literally click that button and it takes them to pay right now,
Yeah,
which is
that's
nice.
the thing that I can't do though because they don't. They don't, like you mentioned. There's
Well,
like a landing
goodness.
page for the group.
Well, that's scary. Let me go back and talk to him about what's going on there. But yeah,
Okay.
normally. Oh, I think because he's doing something different with his deposits because that time frame is over. So we're working on that. But
Okay.
suffice it to say, you can click it and pay on yours. We'll talk to Chris about what's going on with it.
I do like
Um,
this. So amenities and experience. So like
yeah.
I do want to make it simple for them to understand. Just like pay, then make hotel reservations here. But then
Hmm.
I do like the idea of here's what they can look at here because I have pictures for it, right? So I can show those things, and I can ask them very specifically. My guide Jason with the hotel, like what they can offer and stuff. So people are like, "Oh, that's cool. I can, get involved in this." So I
Right.
like that.
So I think we're both in agreement that the operative pay me money areas need to be first, and then if
Yeah.
they want details on stuff, uh,
Mhm.
absolutely, we can lay out what they can expect, have photos of the property.
Where did you
Of
put the agenda thing? Because I know you had retreat.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
right
That.
here. So the
Yeah, I was like,
itinerary.
that's part of it because people are always worried about like what to expect. I do have, if you notice on mine, I have 3 testimonials, video testimonials from clients who've already gone. So I do want those sticking on there somewhere because that's the other thing is I think when people hear from somebody who's been there, there's like, okay, this is good. And they're just YouTube videos. So like you can embed them right through YouTube, but they are up there at the bottom. That's the commercial I
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Not specific to this retreat. It's like a global retreat video. So I may make like a special retreat video that's just me doing a talking head about me, about this one that we could use as well. Because there's like, that one's like, oh, Angela's taking us to exotic locations. This will be fun. That's what that is. It's like a commercial.
Okay.
And then below our testimonials.
Just a minute.
Yeah,
That's
you can watch
fine.
it if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking at the length. I think it's fine for this. The thing about it is like what I found with Chris's or even other sites I've done like this. People are if they're clicking videos and trying to learn once they get past the initial, you know, this is what this is area, by the
Mm-hmm.
time they're already clicking your videos and reading the itinerary, they're pretty much locked in. So I don't think you really need to do anything specific, you know, or go out of your way to
Okay.
make a new video to sell because if they're gonna get it by the time they get to that commercial, if you will, they know what it is and they're pretty much locked in. So having something
Okay.
generic you can reuse is really quite smart because then, as soon as this retreat's done, you can go ahead and just flip it to the next one, change dates, change, itinerary a bit, and boom, you're good. Without having to
Okay.
think you have to go back and reshoot something for each one. Um, so I think it works fine. I love the
Cool.
the testimonials here. I think this is great. So just to uh, go down a little bit, do you have like do you want like a bit of a section about you as the host?
Yeah, that'd be good. And this is the thing, I have a team.
Mm-hmm.
So there's me, there's the massage therapists, and there's the yoga instructor who leads the people through tantric yoga practices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so it would be good to maybe do a blurb about each of them.
I agree. Absolutely. The one thing I've noticed, I used to be part of this like cohort of internet based businesses and they it was
Okay.
like a research team and this was years and years ago. But one of the things they found was that sites that are long sell
Mm-hmm.
better. It makes no sense. Like you could have just a bunch of copy, a bunch of text, whatever, but the longer it is and the more like opportunities like these secure our spot you have, the better. So literally, once we have that operative buy this thing and then here's some more information on this thing, let's just keep providing. Here's more information and here's some background and here's testimonials and here's about us and like literally frequently asked questions. Like I don't know if you like
Yeah,
this section, um,
I
but yeah,
would like to add that I have already like in doing the ones I've already done, I've already gotten like real client questions. So like I
yes,
think I should be answering the very real questions. Like before I was just doing it for the first time, but like as I did it, I was like, oh, that's a question people ask. Oh, that's like
hmm
okay, cool. So now I absolutely want to have that.
I agree 1,000%. We'll add that in.
Okay.
Because again, the more we can think of to lengthen it, like this is not
Yeah.
a good enough length. Like it could have everything it needs to say, but you just want it longer. You want more
Yeah, exactly. That's
sections.
exactly what I need. You need more sections so people can, because
Section.
what it is you want people to have every question answered, so that,
Yes,
and they're probably going to come back multiple times before they finally are just like, all right, let's do it. Like I
exactly.
think that's what we do. That's what I do. Like I'll find something and I'll research it, and then I'll leave it and forget about it, and then I'll go back and then I'll research it and figure it out, and then I'll leave it and go back. But once I've
hmm
gone and I'm like, look, they answer every question. I know what I'm getting into. Boom, I'm doing it. That's how people buy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the cool thing is now that you're set up with like analytics in your search console, you can see what like we can look at the heat maps and see what areas people are clicking on and looking at the most. And if we happen to have something too low that people want to see more of, we'll know to put that higher. And so like there's a lot of benefits that you'll reap from all the work you've already put in, which is the SEO stuff. So this is brilliant. I think this is really going to help with not just the retreats, but just, building up the SEO profile for the whole site even. So I'll be sure to check your copy as well and make sure that it's hitting those focus keywords that we lifted up and making sure I look at the specific pages that are showing up under the different queries and putting those keywords in. So I'll be sure to, even though the SEO project is done, still think about that as I build this out a little bit more robustly. So yeah, I'm with it. I think it sounds like you already have everything pulled together that I would need. Um, I'm happy to again add the elements we talked about. I can add that just so you can see what it looks like. Because again, it just adds more
Yeah.
link. That's just another little thing. And then, um, yeah, if you get me the profiles on the other practitioners and stuff, I think we're in a really good place to get this done really, really quickly. Again, 2 weeks sounds very doable for this.
And
Um, yeah.
I'll probably have to write out some of the frequently asked questions. But I will do a thing where I give you that. Like, there's some copy I'm probably gonna have to create as I'm talking to you. I'm like, okay,
Well, Chat
frequently asked
GPT is your friend.
I do use it. I do
Good.
use it. So I'll
Absolutely.
do a fact. I'll do. You're gonna need the bios of everyone and pics, which I
Pics.
have.
Yes.
Bios and
Yes.
pics. I
Great.
can
Great.
send you the flyer I have currently. Because there's information that I have even now that like can help. I have pictures of the hotel. I'll send
Mm-hmm.
you pics of hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see what else will you'll need. I'm
You
trying to
already
think.
have the itinerary. Yes.
That I'll need to create. So that's
Okay.
it. Thank you.
So that's
Itinerary. I did one last time, but it changed. So like I'll create an itinerary that clearly explains things, and we can always go back and tweak. I know how this works. Like it's like, oh,
absolutely.
it changed a little bit. This is really what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And then the specifics, I'll give you the specifics of how to book the hotel, and you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of take your like freedom on that. The other thing is so for taking that payment easily, are you okay with going through the Go High Level account that I
Mm-hmm.
have?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm very familiar with that. That's what we pulled
Yeah.
over Chris's information from. So I
Okay.
know it very well. Unfortunately.
The thing that I will probably need to know, because I
Uh-huh.
have not set up payment with them, so I might need a little walkthrough on some
Mm-hmm.
of that stuff because I haven't set up my Stripe, for example. I think it's set up through Stripe,
Okay.
but like
Yeah.
I just got it and I didn't get really like so a guy made me like that one contact form, but like didn't help me with anything else, and I just don't know enough about Go High Level to like it really just was confusing. So like I have these things that I'm not really fully utilizing as a result.
Well,
And so
can you explain to me the other site, the Exonato? I'm sorry,
and
Coronado,
Novato Mate.
Novato. What is that
Novato is
handle?
it is all right. So Go High Level is the platform, but Novato is a white label version of Go High Level. So I started working with a guy who white labels Go High Level. So it's Go High Level, but it's white labeled. So he makes money from the contact form essentially that he created for me. At some point, I do think I just need to remove all of this, like we talked about, and just eventually move over to another thing. But this is what I have for right now. And so I want to work with what I have for right now, keep it simple. And then, like I said, part of our work this year is going to be
Yeah.
starting to migrate off these different things that really aren't serving me.
Right. Right.
Um, but I can't do everything all at once. I need to do like a little progression. Okay,
Yeah.
this is working for now. Let's use what's working for now, but now let's not do this anymore. You know what I mean?
No, I do. So with your current practice, like I guess I was under the impression that Go High Level was your EHR for your existing practice. But what do you use to manage your clients right now?
Office Ally.
Okay, and you did mention that. Okay. And so with the retreats, um and with the retreat signups in particular, are those typically clients? Are those typically people who become clients? Like, I guess what's the interface? Okay, so there will be
Could be
like, okay, so there will be like interaction between the Go High Level CHR or set of customers and that Office Ally set of customers.
I'm figuring out how to do all that. So I've got another person who's working with me to like start slowly bringing this stuff down. So she's the girl that I was talking to you about that is doing like she's helping me learn back end stuff, and she's not as
Yeah,
expensive to learn from.
yeah,
So right now, what she's doing is one by one helping me. Like it did help me get off Mailchimp, for example, and so now we
great.
are fully migrating all my clients over to at least Novato Mate. But like I said, long term, what I want to do is then even migrate off of that, like basically have everything in the all-in-one system with you, where we were talking about where it's like, okay, I've got this. I don't have to be piecemealed in all these 50 places.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But yeah, it's all these steps, and I have limited finances to do it all. So
Sure. No, no. I mean, I'm wondering how many birds we can kill is all. And so if we have,
no, you're good.
so you have Office Ally, it's something you're comfortable with. It's what you presently use.
Yeah.
Would you mind very much if I looked into its capabilities? Um, because I'm curious to know, because I feel like the only reason you're using the Go High level is because you want that payment ability for them to essentially pay and have that contact form for them to, be listed in your system and have their contact information as retreat clients. Um,
And my regular clients. So, I mean,
okay.
if I do a little share again to show you how, like, this
Absolutely.
is how piecemealed everything is. I know because you're going to be working with me overall. So let's do that entire screen and share. Okay, so here's how like piecemealed I am in my life right now. Okay, so under Novato Mate, which is a white label platform of Go High Level, so it's still
Mhm.
Go High Level. You see how it kind of looks exactly like it,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
It is. It's just he white labeled it and created some contact forms
which
for
is
me,
which is fine. Which is fine.
which is fine. Whatever. So he created this form for me, the become a client form, where
Hmm.
people can get their information in and you start collecting people's emails. I don't even like this contact form entirely. I think there's things that need to be changed, but I
Agreed.
started with. Sorry, you okay?
No, I just said agreed.
Yeah, I don't even like this fully, but like it was a start, and everything is like I basically have been gruelingly learning how to do back end stuff across an entire 2 years experience, along with the website and all this bullshit.
Hmm.
But so anyhow, he created this for me, and so there are people who sometimes fill it out, but it because it's not exactly where I need it to be on that piece. I actually just have people use this other one. So terrible. Like even explaining all this to you is like, God, I can tell how disorganized this is.
It's
So
okay.
now I have oh wait, no, that's not where that should go. Here, let me do this. VIP here. Let's get started. Where does this go? Oh. So it looks like all of those go to that form for people to sign in, but it's just this long, convoluted form.
Yeah.
And so wondering where the second form is, though. That's kind of interesting. Escape the passion. Where are you?
Okay.
I'm actually now not sure where that other form is. So I had another person who's helped me in like small doses create this one. Okay, so she created me another one through that Go High level, which is a more simple form. I really want her to then make this one, that one, the main form for
Can I
now
can I
until I get this contact form.
can I do
Yeah.
this? Can I do this for you? Can I do it? Because I don't. This is too much. Like this is not cool. Like honestly, like okay, the Novato dude. Are you are you done with him? Like he made the forms and you use
Pretty
his
much,
system
other
for the.
than he's getting my white label money. Yes.
Okay, and so then the only real hold he has on you is that as people fill out that form he built, that contact information is on that Go High level Novato system.
Yeah.
So I think we should tell me how you feel, but I think we should basically take all the contact information that has already been accrued from Novato. Let's pull that down. Let's take it off. Let's go ahead and just shut that down. I don't think anybody should ever start with Go High level. If you have it, all right, cool. If it's integrated into your stuff, great. But it's not easy. It's not user friendly. It's not something like I like that my business is about helping people to like run their business. So once I'm done with someone, they're able to, ride the bike without the training wheels. They're able to make edits as they see fit. They're able to move forward on their own just fine. I think that what he did is I hate to say it so boldly, but I think it's really unethical. I don't like anybody who builds something that you have to stay tied to them for when it's not necessary. So I
Okay.
really want to go ahead and just shut all that down. I want to take that form off altogether. It's ugly. It doesn't look good. It's too long. It's not serving you. I also then I think feel like we could look at Office Ally and see if it can do some of the things that you're looking for as far as being able to accept payments, being able to have a little bit more of a detailed CHR so you can differentiate your retreat clients from these other clients. Or even Eventbrite. Even looking to see if like the people who come in through Eventbrite can be exported in a way that can still be funneled into Office Ally in a certain way that lets you use and maintain what you're already paying for and what already exists, um, and just be with that. If Office Ally
Mhm.
does not offer this additional functionality, I'm just there's so many ways that we can find something else that does or can do it in a more simple way. I feel like the benefit with Office Ally is that, just me spitballing here, I'm guessing that it's helping you with your HIPAA compliance. It's a safer way to have that PII stored.
Mhm.
And so I think that, again, having something like that helps you as a medical professional to be safe and be, have that legality all taken care of. But I also feel like when we're talking about this retreat space, this ain't that. Like if you have people sign up for the retreat, that's
It
that
isn't.
doesn't that doesn't really need to be HIPAA compliant, does it? Or does it?
It doesn't. That's why I was thinking of doing it through Go High Level, because no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I need to be collecting this
Yeah.
stuff in a reasonable way. Yeah, like first of all, Sophie, I am planning to do this with you. It's one of those like I'm trying to do it one step at a
No.
time
I'm
because
I'm
there's
not
only
I'm not
so
charging
much.
you. I don't want to charge you anything else. This as part of this project that you've already paid for. I want to loop this in. I think we should loop in getting you off of Novato, fixing your
Okay.
form system, and figuring out a different way or a better way to incorporate this CHR into your existing one, or finding if we have to find something where you just are keeping a spreadsheet with these folks, since it doesn't have to be HIPAA compliant, at least you have that contact information saved. Even if we walk away with, okay, your retreat people are listed on this Google spreadsheet, I would
Okay.
be so much happier than you maintaining this whole clunky ass system just because we don't want to fall victim to the sunk cost fallacy. Like, yes, you put money into this. Yes, this man spent time to do this. Yes, it's already on the site. Sure, but it's just not serving you, and I don't think it will ever serve you. So I just want to go ahead and nip it in the bud right now. And again, free of charge. Just I want to do it. I don't
Okay,
like it.
Sophie, then let me walk you through some things because
Okay,
I
I'm
think to
listening.
do it effectively, I need you to see what I needed it or why I thought I needed it, so that you understand.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, please do. Please
All right,
do.
let me go to my website because that's where all of this is a challenge.
Okay.
So yes, I want people to easily become a client. I want a contact form that goes into some sort of email collector because I'm creating an email list,
Mhm.
right? So that's one marketing thing I'm doing with
Mhm.
this. I have the following services. So the couples retreat. And yes, to your point, I really want like a list that's just couples retreat related that like I know these clients are interested in retreats. They may come to another one. So like it doesn't have to be HIPAA compliant. I'm not doing therapy at the retreat. These are transformational experiences. There's conversations and there's therapeutic things occurring,
Mhm.
but it is not therapy. It is a retreat, and people could be finding me through that through their company. So like I have a whole like business plan for that, but that's not relevant here. The point is I want the couples retreat to be so simple on the website that like people can just easily buy, but they're also staying in like an ecosystem of
Right.
couples retreat people that I know are like that I can email more specific things to,
Mhm.
right? Then there's the dinner with the sex therapist. That's an event that I run right now once a year. Who knows where it'll go? It may stay once a year. And that's its own similar thing, but different, right? Where it's like it's a one night event. I do this fun thing. I'm picking up sponsors for it. But
Mhm.
again, same thing. I want it to be its own, like, these are people who like these kinds of events. It's its own ecosystem. It doesn't have to be HIPAA compliant because they're not therapy clients. They're just clients who like a weird, quirky event that I offer. Um, But also, if they go to one, a lot of times they're like, that was so fun. I want to go to your next one, right? So, like, basically an event people. These three are actual client situations. So, like, these do need to be, like, when people are filling out and applying to come to these, there do need to be HIPAA compliant choices being made. So, VIP day and a VIP week is just a couples intensive, if you've ever heard that phrase, where you spend a whole day. I call it 3 months of therapy in a day, or a week would be like, I guess, 6 months, right?
Uh-huh.
And then couples and sex therapy is your stuff. Over
Right.
here on the media, this is another space. So, like, I have basically created a huge media presence. I'm on TV, I'm on podcasts, and what I would love over here is a place for my people who are coming on my show to fill out the things I need from them, like their bio, submitting their pictures, and giving me their social media links in an easy way for them. Like, simple, boom, fill this in. I'm ready to go. I get all the information I need. Here's exactly when I'm scheduled. The other thing that I would really like around all of this for the back end is, sorry, what was I going to say? Somebody pinged me, so I kind of lost track. So, like, shoot, what was I talking about? So, media, I want them to be easily able to get on. So say somebody outside of this show, like, sees me and they're like, I'd be a great person to be on your show. I want them to be able to apply.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, I think I'm a good person for your show. And then they fill it out. And it's like, okay, cool. Well, I can choose or not choose to work with them. But there's this process that's simple and easy and managed for them
Yes.
to reach out to me. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
It does. Yes.
And so at this time, those are my focus.
I think you're forgetting one. Yeah. Let's go to the speaker stuff because there's another element of when people want you to speak. So yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I have this speaker thing. Like, so here I have a cool media kit that I think is really good. But, like, yeah, I want people to be able to see. So I put some highlights, although I don't know why they're not showing up at
That's
this.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I have two highlighted, and I want to be able to easily. Sorry, it's on now. Yeah, do you see it?
Yeah, I do. Scroll down and go to that. Let's. Yeah. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yeah. Go to that. Let's get started. Area at the bottom.
Let's get started.
Or learn. No. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going down. All the way down. No, all the way down.
Okay.
Right there. What does that go to?
The same.
So that's the form
contact
she
form
made.
that,
Okay.
yeah,
And
the form she made for me.
and that was made on Go High Level as well, just a different.
Yeah, just the white label Go High Level. Yeah.
Okay.
But so what I would want, yeah, for each of these to have a reasonable, essentially, thing for somebody to fill out to get into my list. I want to collect them.
Yes.
And then I want to be able to email them and, like, make them aware of things so that they stay in those bubbles that are relevant to who they are.
And then
that's the back stuff that I don't have organized or figured out at all yet.
Okay, and then the other piece is the general sign up for my newsletter contact capture, email contact capture that you have.
Yeah, well,
So
and
that's-
eventually I want to be blogging on this website too, where I'm, like, saying things and, like, this week I'm writing about this video, or, like, I'll be putting this show. So for media, I have a show that's coming out every week. So I could be putting my episode right on there and then writing a little something and, like, here, watch here. You know what I mean?
I gotcha. Okay, so I want to do all of this. I want to do it all. I want to fix it. So we're gonna fix it. So I feel like if Office Ally will allow us to, thank you. If Office Ally will allow us to not only bring in these people with forms, so be able to connect to some kind of form system through there, but to be able to label them or have them in their own little buckets for, whether they're looking at you for a speaker or looking at you to be on the podcast or for the retreat or as a client, because that's all HIPAA good and everything's good there. That's my first choice. I think if we can get everything to be housed there, but just where you can clearly identify who just wants a newsletter, who is looking at you for speaking, who wants to book you for, counseling services, then I think that's the best way to go. If not, then I think we should investigate some other system. It sounds like it could
Okay.
be something as simple as like a jot form or just type type form, just some kind of form system that will let you again capture these people, have them in separate lists so you know who's doing what, but just allow us to again connect that form onto your site. So I don't
Yeah.
think this is hard. I don't think we will have an issue doing it with Office Ally, but I do want to investigate it further and make sure that it does things like take pictures and it maybe even have where people can sign stuff, especially when it comes to like contract work that you might want to build in the future. So I want to future proof it, make sure it's something that's scalable. But so long story
Well,
short,
and then two top things that I want you to keep in mind is
yeah.
I want to be able to automate payments,
Mm-hmm,
and I
mm-hmm.
want people to be able to schedule themselves.
Yes, and Office Ally
Those
does
are
that
the
now.
I don't know, it doesn't. I'm doing all of this
Okay.
personally. In every situation, I'm the one scheduling with people. So these are all the things that I
Yeah.
need help with in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so yeah, I'm 100% like you already sold me. It's just a matter of like I'm what happened as a result of this. So, I'm solopreneur, and solopreneurs we piecemeal along the way. You're already learning this, right? Um, 2 years ago, business kind of fell apart and things weren't working.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get on search engine, and like everything that I thought I knew seemed to change somehow. And so the hard thing is I learned I had to make all these changes, get organized, figure out what a back end is, essentially.
Yeah,
So I really
yeah.
didn't
Oh.
have it in the midst of losing a bunch of money.
Mm,
So, and that's what ends up happening to solopreneurs. So, like long term for business planning, I actually have a plan to do business consulting for people. As I
mm,
gruel through this, I want to help people. I'm already helping some people based on some of what I'm already learning. So, I would
mhm.
totally submit business to you as a result of this because if you help me, you're like, I'm already doing it.
Bringing people
But the
along, yeah,
point
for the
is
ride,
that
yeah.
like this is what happens to solopreneurs is when something bad happens, then we're terrified and then we throw money everywhere we can just to
Yeah.
try and fix it. And that's what my last 2 years have really been. I'm less in fight or flight and I'm more in like, oh, okay, I've got this. I see the plan. And with him, I was trying to do a version of that. But even after already talking to you and seeing what you're doing, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's definitely not the person to continue with that.
Mhm.
Sophie is. And then now I'm just still like along the way making the money to then come back to the place where I can do these things that you're talking about. So I see you in
Absolutely.
my future as like, this is exactly what I need to do finally. But that is
Oh,
also the problem for all business owners like me is that when this shit happens to us, we're terrified and we're probably not making the best decisions. We're just trying to make as good enough of decisions as possible to get to the next step and continue making money because
yeah.
we are still responsible for all of our bills. There's no one else, there's no buck stopping anywhere but here.
Oh,
Does it
exactly.
make sense?
It makes too much sense because I literally just before this call was I had the almost verbatim conversation with my husband. Literally,
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, I want to get this service," and he's like, "Is that going to make you money?" I'm like, well, no, but it'll maybe in the future." He's like, "Well, if it's not going to make you money, then maybe let's think about it a little bit." So I fully understand that you have to prioritize,
Yeah.
the profitability at this point, and so that's and there's nothing wrong with that, especially as a solopreneur,
Yeah.
semi single mom. Like I absolutely understand, all of it. So I think, you know, let's just morph this project and
Okay.
I'll update the ClickUp so we can add these new deliverables in. What I want it to be is that yes, we get the retreat stuff done and we can do it quickly because I know that that is also a
Yeah.
time factor there. But I want to again investigate the Office Ally to see if it can help us just chunk down some of these forms, some of these contact lists, and then literally just do them for you. So rebuild the forms on your site so that they all go to the right places and you can all see who's who and everything's labeled appropriately. And hopefully
And I'm
that just
collecting the emails somewhere so I can use them for
yes,
social media. But then
exactly,
this is the other thing.
exactly.
So what Nevada Mate is doing, I want to share this again
Sure,
because
sure. Go ahead.
this is where it did really help me. Here, share this
Mm-hmm.
is I am using this for my social media marketing and it has greatly changed my life. So like I now when I market, I do this, and I have this system that I can send it across all of my social medias. I do new posts, for example. And then instead of like before, I would just post on all these different sites. Now I can choose, right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
like, whatever we come up with, I don't want to lose access to this new ability I have to market across platforms. But, like, and that's not in Office Ally, right? Like, that's why
Right, right.
why rate was sold to me is that they were like, look, you're going to be able to do social media like this and blast quickly on multiple platforms. And that is a big deal for me as a media content creator.
Well, that okay. Do you mind me asking how much this costs?
Yeah, you know, we did a little, I showed you the financial thing. I think it's like 130 or 140 or something.
Um, okay, and then how much does Office Ally cost? I'm sorry, I just don't remember.
Office Hour is free except for the telephone responder. I spend about $29 a month for the telephone reminder and email reminder.
Okay.
But Office Ally does not have that email, that social media marketing piece. That's why
No,
I was like, well, high level can do all this other stuff. So that's why I went there.
well, again, I definitely want to do the homework. I don't want to just, you know,
Yeah.
so I want to look into it all. And honestly, if what you have turns out to be the best avenue, then yeah, let's go that way. But
Okay.
I just feel like for $100 and something a month, you could cut that in half and have a system, a whole separate form system, and have like a social media planning. So I just don't think that that has anything to do with anything else. The social media planning and calendar functionality, there are businesses and apps and services that are dedicated to doing just that. And I don't think that feeds from your contact list in any way that, that matters. So I feel like if you wanted to, like if we wanted to really consolidate things in a really easy way, of course, me and my Wix, free promotion all the time for them. That would probably be the best thing to do, because then you can have all the social media functions and the email marketing stuff and so it makes sense, because if you have a form built on Wix, then somebody's going to automatically be in your CHR, where you can email them directly, do a blast to everybody in there, and then the social, you can start to see the analytics behind it all in one place. So I like Wix for that
Mm-hmm.
functionality, but to have Go High Level just to be the backend for your form system, and then to do social media management, and they're totally disconnected. They don't have anything to do with anything else. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially for that price. So I again, if
Okay.
I look at everything and I'm like, you know what, okay, it would only save you nominally to make these big changes. Okay.
Yeah.
But I honestly think it's going to be such a significant difference. So if social media management is key, I say we find a social media manager that's like, there's so many. You got Hootsuite, which I hate. I don't like it, but it's popular. You got oh my god, just literally my brain is failing to work. But there's so many, and they're from free to 15, maybe $30 a month, but they're still very easy. They connect right to those accounts, so it take 5 minutes to set everything back up. So you wouldn't be losing
Yeah.
anything. You wouldn't it just wouldn't be a
Yeah.
problem to switch you over from for that functionality. And then again, just to make the form system do what you want, handle more things, and connect to your website to be what the form system presents to people as well as letting you
Yeah.
see the back end, like who's who, they're labeled as what. You can use those emails for email blasts, or just sending out specific to specific lists. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. So I
Well,
just,
let
yeah.
me let me tell you what. So like after we had talked the first time, what my I talked to my husband who's also in IT, because of
Hmm.
course we always talk to our husbands,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Sheila, every tech person has every technology has pros and cons to it." He said, so like I get it. The challenges you did just spend a bunch on your website. So like it's hard to then suddenly commit to something big. So what you can do is you do the best with what you have for now, try to
Yes. Yes.
consolidate and get off certain things, and then at some point do a transfer when it makes financial sense for you. But he's saying you still have something for now. And
Yeah.
so you're
Yeah.
basically, that's my plan of action, is I'm going to do the best with what I have for now and slowly get off all these unnecessary and not very helpful systems. And you are absolutely a part of this. It's just a matter of timing and how. So, like, even after that conversation, I have an office girl who works for $30 an hour. And I was like, can you just get me off MailChimp? Just one of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, this is really easy, Angela. So she's already migrated all my emails over to Novato Mate, which is my office, or is my Go High Level,
Mm-hmm.
and created that other form for me. So, like, just for now, this is working for now until you start to get to the point where you're ready to take all of them off. I am down for what you're saying. Like, I'm down for maybe Wix is the final one and everything's all together. I
Mm-hmm.
just, how we migrate is
That's
like just this
that's
period
down the road.
of,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? So, like,
I do.
it's not a no, it's a, how do I use what I have right now in the best way that I'm using it?
Mm-hmm.
And what is the best long term? So, like, it's going to be, that's what I was talking about with this year with you. It's like, okay, over the next year, I'm going to be paying you to make these migrations and shifts and big level and low level changes. If right now you think this first thing is, let me figure this out and see what can be done already, cool, I'm down for it. The one thing that's different, so Office Alley I saw as more for therapy,
Mm-hmm.
and Go High Level I saw as more of my use for the other things,
Okay.
because it doesn't have to be HIPAA compliant. If you have, I love your organization and the way you look at this stuff. So, like, if you kind of do your, like, your thing where you look around and you're like, you know what, this will be good for now because it's not too much money and too much of my time, because I also want to pay you and invest in you for the time that you're putting into this. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, for now, this is good enough. Ultimately, long term, this is where I'll want her to be. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can do whatever you think is right. I'm like, you
Yeah.
have my trust,
Okay.
but it to be like in a transition over time, so that, like, like, I can do it one, and then,
Mm-hmm.
like, I really know how to do it. And then I'll use Go High Level. I am at that high level. I don't need anything except whatever we've created that has become super organized and way easier than anything I've ever done up to this point.
Okay. It does make sense. So what I'll do is, again, I'm not trying to pull any triggers or anything. I'm just thinking, and I also understand, scope creep and all that, and so I don't want to, I also don't want to, like, I appreciate you looking out for me. I
Yeah.
really do. Like, I hear that in what you're saying. Like, okay, let's not, we're here to talk retreat. And I get that, and I'm keeping that top of mind. But in thinking about the retreat and how we do the forms and the pay forms and all these different things,
Mhm.
that's got, it's just almost like, well, if I'm in there anyway, building these
Yeah.
forms and finding a system that can handle all this, then why not, why not
Let's do it.
see if we can just, yeah, do it across the board for any kind of form system that you require. And now that I have a better understanding of the media and the speaking side of it too, I just don't think that's difficult at all to roll in and then to
Okay.
start to kind of just replace those elements on your site. And here's the thing, as I do the homework on just what's the best next step for this, um there could be something in WordPress that exists
Mhm.
for this very easily. That's just a form CHR, email capture system that, we could just build right in. So I'll take a look and see. I
Okay.
don't, I'm with you. I don't think Office Ally will be the thing for that, you know, ongoing contact capture stuff. But I do
Yeah.
feel like if that's what we're going to just hang on to for now for your HIPAA compliant EHR,
Mhm.
then let's still figure out a way, like you said, to help people to schedule with you in a way that they can choose it themselves.
Yeah.
Where if they fill out this form on the site, it still aggregates in Office Ally in a way that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm happy to do this investigation work. Go ahead and look for something else that can kind of be that intermediate between Go High Level and doing everything yourself, I'd say. And
Yeah.
I can present you in the next day or so with like, okay, here's my definitive plan. Here's how I plan to execute it, and here's how we're going to stay within the scope that we already talked about, just so we can get this retreat stuff done in that 2 weeks that I said. So
Yeah, because
yeah,
that's it. Like, I like the idea of like agenda setting. I do need the retreat stuff done as quick as possible.
yeah,
But then, yeah, like long term, I just want it all simple and organized.
yeah.
So I see it as kind of phasing out things, moving into things. If it makes more sense to just
Talk to
slowly
daddy.
be like
Talk to
everything
daddy.
over to Wix,
Talk to
then
daddy.
okay, then that's what we do over time. It's a step by step because this is what I've been doing up to this point.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I mean, as far as Wix, I don't, I'm not, the only reason I'm throwing it out is just to say, like, that I agree that is the future of where we can be, where everything's in one place, you know, but I also don't think that, uh, we don't have to even be aspirational at this point. I think let's look at what we got. Let's look at what works, what doesn't, and what we can add on that makes sense,
Yeah.
without breaking the bank. And so I'll come to you.
Okay.
I think tomorrow is fine. Let me come to you tomorrow with a better plan of execution, and get your thoughts on, okay, what do you think about this social media platform? Let me go ahead and migrate this stuff over for you. What does this form system feel like for you? This handles
Okay.
payments, this doesn't, whatever. Um, and so I don't think we need to jump on another call so much as I'll lay everything out and then you say yay or nay, or let me know how you feel as far as
Well, you're
uh
probably going to get a pretty decent yes. I just want to give you the online stuff to get into the places so you can take a look. Do you
okay.
have my Nevada Mate stuff right
No,
now? Or
no.
let's get you on there first.
Alrighty.
And the thing is I don't know what I did up to this point. Like, I don't even know how, like, this is why I'm so confused sometimes. I'm like, I don't even know. Let me go look at my words. Let me look at my passwords.
No
So,
worry.
how last time for that piece? Did I like text it to you?
Yeah,
Let me guess.
you would text it to me, and then you
So I
were
think
there
the only
to
thing you don't have at this point would be the Eventbrite, the Nevada Mate. You already have my website, and you don't have Office Ally. Those are the three
right,
you'll need.
right.
Okay. Well, then let you look in,
All
and
right,
you
let's
decide what you think is reasonable to do for now. But yes, we're still doing the big plan of like consolidating and getting rid of excess unnecessary things.
yeah.
100%.
But I just don't think we need to wait on some of these things.
Okay.
Like I think Nevada Mate is a very easy one. Let's call it. We can just chunk it. And again, I'm
Okay.
fine to include that transition in this 2 week timeline. I don't think doing any of this is going to pull us outside of that timing. So yeah, I'm happy to add this in because I do expect us to continue doing so much together. And I think if this helps, ease the path for you, it's just going to help ease the path for me too. So, you know,
Okay.
not a problem.